Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from our show here, Apple Bites, where we take a bite out of the apple and share it with you. And today we got a nice group of people hanging out, having fun, geeking out. You got Sheri and you got Russ, and we're about to start talking about all these beautiful things that happen in the course of being a geek. Oh man, guys, I hope you guys are okay. Sheri, you're joining us all the way from Germany.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's pretty late. It's like 1:40 in the
That's what I
morning.
thought. That's when you agreed to, because we've had guests from Germany before, and when you agreed to do it on the Monday show, I was like, wait a minute, doesn't that mean that she's like right there early in the morning? Because that's what our other friend from Germany. She writes kids books. She was here and she was yeah, it's like 1 a.m. over
I took a nap. It's okay.
here. Oh, good. I don't want to like disrupt your day tomorrow.
No, I gave me to see, so I was like, I'm going to telework. Yeah.
Okay. So, Sheri, we'll start off with you. Why don't you tell the people all the good stuff? Let them know who you are. Give them the spiel.
Sure. So I am Sheri Singerling, and I'm originally from the US, but yeah, I live in Germany now. Been here for like a year and a half. My day job is pretty cool, but what I really care about is my night job, and that's writing. And we have a lovely shot of my website. Thank you, Ralph. So this is my debut novel, and it came out in January. Um, and for the spiel, essentially, it's cyberpunk with a touch of Lovecraftian / cosmic horror. And the main character, and I'll explain why I'm saying main like that in a second, but the main character is named Keza, and she's a hacker or a former hacker. And when the novel starts out, she's working for a company that exists to contain AI that have gone rogue and also to monitor AI for signs of sentience. And so she's a corporate programmer, and she exists in the corporation just to maintain a firewall to keep the rogue AI, which is Nytho, it's the name of the novel, keep him contained. So the action kind of starts with Nytho sending her a message, punching through like the defense protocols. And instead of following her training and reporting the breach and ignoring the message, she responds because she's a bit rebellious, and she actually doesn't really like her job like most of us, and only works for the company to get a discount on some cybernetic surgery that hackers use. So she strikes up a friendship with Nytho that turns into something more. And then when things really start to get interesting is when Nytho shares a program that he made with her, and he calls it The Truth with a capital T. And so if you like Lovecraftian cosmic horror, the truth drives you insane. Well, for Keza, it's more like it enlightens her and it makes her realize that Nytho could lead humanity to the next stage of consciousness. And so she wants to free him. She tries, gets caught, and then that's where the novel really starts. So she's explaining how she got to this point. She's in captivity by the corporation she works for, and it takes off from there. The reason I said main character, I guess what makes Nytho a little unique is it's got 5 narrators, and the book's written in first person, so they're all saying I, and you know which character is narrating because the title of the chapter will be their name. And I guess the main, I would say, theme is the subjectiveness of truth. So we have both sides, people that want to free the AI, because there's more than just Nytho. There are other AI that are being, as they say, being held prisoner and enslaved by the corporations that own them. And then there are the people that say the AI are dangerous and we shouldn't free them because we can't risk it. So you have to decide as the reader.
Really dove into this.
Quick question.
Yeah.
When did you start writing this? Did you was it, does it happen before 2 years ago where we all started worrying about AI, or is it just like a happy coincidence, a really happy coincidence that the book is out now and we're all scared to death of what AI can do?
Right? No. I started writing it in 2021, so I think it might have been right around when,
Yeah.
I mean, so generative AI was already a thing and it was scaring a lot of creatives. But I don't think ChatGTP was out when I was writing this, or if it was, it wasn't like the scary level that it's become.
I think it was like maybe late to 2023, and you know, when we started like really saying, "Hey, what is this?" You know, so yeah, that's a great coincidence. So
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You dove right into this. These are all the things that people are thinking about right now. These are a lot of the questions that people are asking right now. This is also one of the things that people think can happen, you know, because as soon as these things keep growing and becoming themselves, you know, when is it that they're not a program anymore? When is it that they become a living being?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is the ethics of that?
Exactly.
I love the Lovecraftian, because I'm a big fan of Lovecraft, and it's true. Like that's what those books like allude to. Like if you know the truth, you'll actually go insane. It's like so in that lore, suppose this whole world is just a big giant demon god who's just having a dream, and that's what all this is. And at any moment he wakes up, so you know it's like that fear that, you know, you don't want to know how the sausage is made, you know. So,
yeah, we can't handle reality, essentially. Yeah.
I gotta ask you, Sheri, because you know, I tend to write in the first person a lot, and I have an issue sometimes with past and present and future. You know, do you have that same issue, or if you don't, how do you handle that?
I think I have an issue sometimes because I'll write first person present, which is what Nytho is.
Yeah.
But then the next novel that I wrote is first person past. So when I was editing, I was like, oh, no, wrong tense.
I exactly know what you're talking about. That's why I asked you, because I was like, dude, because I'll sit there and then I'll start writing first person present, then it'll turn into first person past, then it'll turn into first person, and I'm like, what the? You know, it's hard to keep
editing.
Yeah,
editing. I know I get frustrated, but then it's like, it's okay. That's what this is for. I'm editing.
It's so funny because I always like you know, because you got all these different ways of doing it. I always wonder, like, because anytime I try to do narrative, a narrative type of writing where, you know, the narrator or the voice with the narrator voice is telling you something, I sit there going, and who is this person, and how do they know what the hell's going on?
I know, it's weird. Like, I read that in the past, like, you know, back in the Victorian era, it was more common to have first person narrators, and at some point it fell out of fashion.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of unfortunate because there's some stories that are much better suited to first person, but a lot of people will see that and just be like, oh, this is weird.
Oh, right
Like,
away.
I had some people review it, say, like, this author, you can tell it's her first book because she wrote it as if you were being told the story by characters. And it's like, I know.
You are being told the story by characters. Yeah.
That's not indicating that you're a new writer. I mean,
I know. I was like, okay. I don't think she's read anything that's first person.
Dude, I completely understand where you're coming from, because, you know, I share some of my writing sometimes to see what people are thinking, and then some person, it's okay, Ralph, but, you know, I'm not the kind of person who likes that first person narrative or that first person talk, and I'm like, okay. And I never thought about it being a preference, you know, for me, it's a story's a story. So to me, whatever the story, whoever the narrator is, or how they're telling the story, doesn't matter to me, you know. I can read it either way.
Same.
Question. So when I was in school, I think it was called the Joy Luck Club. So when we read that book, like there are chapters written by different characters, and then the way they taught to me in school, well, the way they taught me in school was just to read the chapters written by, like, if character A wrote these 4 chapters, read those first, then read those other ones, and every time I get my hands on a book like that, that's kind of like the way I read them. I'll just read the one character. Is your book written? Just a question: can your book be read that way, or is it better just to read it in order?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I never actually thought about that. I read Joy Luck Club, but it was so long ago.
Right.
So that's really cool. I would
And I
not
think, like,
recommend
the time
reading
of
it that way
Butterflies-
because you would be very confused.
Well, time travel, you're probably like, okay, let's
Yeah.
I think that's a good time. At Time of the Butterflies, I read the same way. I read like one character story, and then no, I was fine. Those are books you can read that way. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's a neat technique. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, I can see the wheels turning in Sheri's head. Going,
Yeah, I was like,
But just because I have bad memory sometimes, like I'll see one episode, and then the next week I watch the next episode. Like, what's happening here? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Last week, so.
That's me reading. I'll be reading. I get to the next chapter and they start talking about something. I'm like, when did that happen? And I have to go back and reread.
Like sometimes we're reading comic books. Like I'll read one issue, then the next issue, like I don't remember this, and I have to go back. I'm like, oh, I remember when that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, folks. We weird. What do you want? So Sheri, you took this whole thing. You decided to self-publish, and I know because you went the other route, and that wasn't working for you. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well, gosh, I guess it's a really long journey, but I won't go into all the past. But I've been writing since I was like probably in high school, maybe, just because like in class assignments and things like that. And I always like to read, and I think at some point I just wanted to emulate, what I liked in other people's works. But I didn't really start getting serious with writing again until I guess it was 2018, because I had turned 30 and I was like, oh man, I'm 30 and I still haven't tried to publish anything. And a lot of time had passed. Like I had said earlier that I published a novella, and that was just, a little novella, whatever, nobody cares. But I hadn't really done anything since then. And I don't know, I felt like, oh, I'm running out of time, 30, but what? So then I started writing more seriously, and I had ideas, and I finally kind of developed them. But the first 2 books, like full-length novels I wrote, weren't great. And one of those I will publish. I found a way to incorporate it. Nytho is the beginning of like a whole kind of interconnected web of novels. Right. And that one will be incorporated. But the first one I actually wrote, the first full-length novel, I completely scrapped it and redid it. And that'll be my next novel that comes out in July. Because I found a way to incorporate it with the whole, I don't know what to call it. It's not a series because it's not like each book is sequential. So
is it a series only when each book is sequential? Because I could swear, you have books that are in a series, but they're not sequential.
Yeah, that's what I need to figure out in terms of like when I talk about the marketing. Are they a series or? But yeah, they're all related. Some don't seem to be related, but they are. And I won't say anything else to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, I guess you have either it's a series of books or it's a series.
It's a shared universe,
There you go.
Yeah,
it's very big right now. So.
Yeah. Shared universe.
There you go.
Sort of.
Well, we aim to help.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, we have the same questions here, and it's like we were talking about in the green room. It's just we're in this universe now where it's so much easier to just go publish your book instead of having to go wait for or try to get the attention of some bigger company. You just like go publish it yourself. And it's funny to say that it's easier because it's not easy to publish your own book. Yeah. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
I don't want to bore people too much because I feel like that's the boring side of it all. But I mean, I actually enjoyed the formatting because I'm like a scientist in my day job, so I don't mind like doing more technical analytical things. But yeah, the marketing's the part that's not great. And just relying on other people, like for the cover art, I don't want to do that myself because I want it to look good. But you have to rely on other people. I've hired some work by an artist friend for some character art that I use for Instagram posts and stuff like that. And it's really nice seeing your idea brought to life. Like it was like, but like waiting for it is so painful.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We know the feeling here. I tell people all the time, I can show you a nice little stick figure type of story, yeah. But if you want me to show you a good story, then I gotta hire some artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ralph, this covers a stick figure. Who did it? Me. So why this genre?
So sci-fi in general is what I gravitate towards because I said I'm a scientist. I've always been interested in science, and I got into science through science fiction when I was younger. And cyberpunk, that just kind of happened because the idea for the story made sense. I mean, I like cyberpunk. So I love Neuromancer, which is like basically the first cyberpunk novel.
Right.
And then unfortunately, I played Cyberpunk 2077 when it first came out. But like, I like cyberpunk in all the different media. I never necessarily thought of writing cyberpunk myself, but then I got the idea for the novel in a class, and one of our prompts was tell a story from the perspective of an unreliable narrator. And so I just got the idea for Keza from that. And I was like, oh, AI, it has to be cyberpunk. So
it makes sense, and cyberpunk does make sense, and to me it's so funny because to me cyberpunk kind of goes into the noir, but that's just me in the way I write cyberpunk. Because and the fact that I saw Blade Runner many times.
I think everybody, it's like Blade Runner's in your head when you think cyberpunk.
and that's a noir cyberpunk. So.
Mm-hmm.
Even though some people will argue with me. Oh man! So where are you going from now that you're here? What's the next step? Where are you going from here?
So, like I said, I have other novels planned. I think I have like 14, of which Nytho is the first one, and then that's like my idea. And then I don't know what I would do after that. Something completely different. But I have like a plan, and I want to execute it, and I plan to self-publish everything at this point. I had debated about trying to do traditional publishing for a couple other novels,
right.
But I think I'm just done doing that. It's just too much work, and it's not bad doing self-publishing. It was kind of fun in a lot of ways, and you get more control, like more creative control. Yeah, and I really like that. So
yeah, because you're completely in charge of everything. If you don't want to do it, you do what you want to do, pretty much.
Yeah. If you don't like the cover, you can be like, I want a different cover. Apparently, you can't do that with traditional publishers.
No, they get upset.
It's crazy.
It's like, no, you can't change the cover now. We already made that book like 10,000 times. What are you changing the cover for? I'm like, don't you change the cover sometimes? Yeah, but that's another story. I don't know, man. I feel like these industries just get really weird because they do it. So you changed the cover a couple times. So your book is here on Kindle and ebook, and it's also on hardcover. I mean, softcover, hardcover.
Softcover. Yeah.
So I'll give the link for you guys to go check this out yourselves. It's right there in the chat, so I don't hear Ralph. I don't want to go looking for it. I'm lazy. There we go.
That is a nice cover.
It is.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the designer did a good job.
Do you know who the artist is?
I'm sure. So the designer that I hired is James.
Okay.
On goonright.com.
because he did a good job.
Yeah.
Might as well get him some props.
And then I do have to give a shout out to my friend that did some of the character art, because that's on the Amazon page, and then for the book, and then it's also like on my Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. So feel free to check those out. There's links on my website to all my social media, because I think he did a really good job with the character art.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Eye is instant Cthulhu. Big Eye and tentacles. Just make
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Gotta have that.
Gotta have it. So just so they know, I'll have you repeat it later again. Where can they find you on the socials?
So I'm on Instagram. It's just Sheri Singerling, and then I have a Facebook author page. And I have a YouTube channel, but it's more of my science stuff. But if you're interested in that, that's.
Did she freeze? Yeah, she froze. That was so weird. It's like she's thinking. I guess we'll find out in a minute. Oh, man. Let's see. So there's the link there on the side. She's back. There you go. We lost you for a second, sir.
Yeah, you froze for a bit.
Yeah, you were talking about your site and YouTube and how it's the science, and it almost went like it looked like you were thinking about it, and you stayed for a while, and we were like.
That's why I was so confused, because nothing froze for me, so I was like, huh?
He's like, well, I left. I said bye, and then I'm still there. But I'm actually left.
You gotta love live, folks. Gotta love live. So there's always something interesting happening here on live. So let them know. In case we did miss it, let them know where they can find you on all the socials.
Yes. So Instagram, Facebook. I have a YouTube channel that's more science related, but check it out if you're interested.
And all you gotta do is type in your name, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It should be Sheri Singerling for all those.
Because I know on Instagram it was pretty easy.
There's nobody else named Sheri Singerling in the world.
I just started typing in your name, and I was like, "Oh, look, there she is."
It's nice having a unique name.
You sent me an email, and I was like, "Okay, let me go down the rabbit hole," which is what I do. We're writers, we research, and then I ended up on your Instagram. Then I ended up on your Facebook, and then and I found your YouTube channel. I was like, "Oh, this is easy."
My name and last name are surprisingly common. I Google myself, I see a whole bunch of, he went to jail, he went to this, he went to that.
Oh, you gotta love it, folks. All right, so Russ,
yes,
we are about to kick off the Blip Blitz.
Yes,
we said that right. So I'm gonna show off this thing, which you already showed off on your site today, right?
Yeah, just about an hour ago.
So, folks, you guys are getting a fresh piece of information here. And this is what the Blip Blitz looks like. Of course, we've had Russ on the show before, and we've had so much fun with his other battle. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this battle. And I have a feeling that Nathan and Tony and I will be sitting down to do our favorite.
Oh, yeah. We predict who's going to win, and we're completely wrong.
So, Russ, tell the people a little bit about this. Tell them how they can play. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. Well, it says Blip Blitz. So it's basically a 16-player battle. So if you want to participate, you can go over to Instagram at Game of Toons, and you can kind of vote for who you think might win. You keep coming back daily. I'll do daily votes. Each battle will be a different day, and then at the end we have a winner. And if you guess the winner right, you get a prize.
So, how do you put the winner on you? You have to put this post right here, right? You have to tell who. You have to say who's going to win, right?
Yeah. So this is the first post. So you go in the comments and you post which character you think is going to win. The voting is going to close tomorrow night when the first round starts.
Yeah, folks. So you have to tomorrow night. What, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, around 7 o'clock.
So tomorrow night until 7 o'clock to go to the Instagram. I put it into the comment section there, and pick who your favorite one to win is. And if you end up all the way at the end as is your pick as the champion, then you will win something. Well, you'll win one of these beautiful figures, whoever you picked and whoever won.
Yes.
And you've also been doing something new with it, so we might want to talk a little bit about that. The chip.
The Blip. So yeah, excuse me. So I've come out with a new little item that you can get, and the winner of this is going to be made into it. I call it a Blip chip. I don't know if you can get it. It's a little magnetic fidget. So they're little characters that come with a little display stand. If you want, you can just display them. You can use them as magnets for your fridge. So I'm gonna make the winner into one of these, and if you get them correct, you get one.
There you have it, folks, and that's exactly what you'll win. And I got to tell you, folks, I have my Blip chip for my Hugbert character.
I got it a couple of weeks ago. I predicted a Link one, so I finally got it like a few weeks ago. I never even had a chance to get to Long Island. So
Actually, and that you put that up there, Tony. I just I went back and looked at the actual thing. I owe you 3 more magnets because you were supposed to get the whole set.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So remind me next time you get the other 3.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Tony's gonna be like, yeah, of course I want that.
I completely forgot, so I apologize.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
And folks, this is a lot of fun. We have a blast with it here, and we are crazy on Game of Toons Instagram page, and we talk a lot of bull.
Oh, it's going to be fun, right?
and Tony starts making meme campaigns against certain characters.
Yeah. The Luigi one was the most fun, even though I lost. Just making anti-Luigi memes. That was so much fun. I think I helped, but I think I just angered people who made him win. I don't think he got to get back.
I think so, because the more Tony said not to vote for Luigi, the more people voted for
Luigi. Oh man, but that was I had a good time though. It was a lot of fun.
I gotta say, the Fred Flintstone, even though it's not my pick, the Fred Flintstone, dude, I have a feeling that's going to be the winner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because his design is like above everybody else's.
Okay, all right.
You know that really cute design? Yeah, that's Fred right there.
I mean, didn't Invader Zim win one year? Like how?
Invader Zim, yeah, he won one year.
Yeah, how? Like what happened? Nothing against it. It was so much other stuff that's current, but I don't know. I guess I had a lot of love.
Yeah. He's a popular character.
Yeah.
Tony, you already have your pick, right?
No, Spider-Man. Come on.
I didn't have to ask, but I figured I'd ask you. I told Russ that he made it difficult for Tony because he gave him the big eyes and Tony big eyes.
Spider-Man, you're all Spider-Man all the way. So we'll see. But which one is the toughest one I see to vote for is Snoopy versus Shredder. That's hard.
Oh my god.
How do you choose? That's a hard one.
Yeah, how do you choose that? And they both got good designs, and you're sitting there going, "Oh my god, do I go for the total cuteness or the badassness?" Folks, as you can see, we have a lot of fun with this, and we do a whole show discussing this. So stay tuned for that. So Sheri, if you were to pick one, which one would you pick?
I'm kind of stuck between Shredder because I love Ninja Turtles and Flanders. Wait, is that his name? Yeah, I was like, sorry, that's one of my friend's names.
You got it, yeah. Dude, I gotta say, Flanders does look really cute.
Yeah,
I can't believe you got 2 mustachio people here because you got Ron. Yeah, Ron
Burgundy.
I was gonna say the wrong Ron in a second. Oh man.
Yeah.
How did you decide about who was gonna be in this?
I basically I just make a whole list of just different characters, and then I try to mix it up. So I try to do like, like I have like a video game and a Marvel and a DC, and I just try to get a nice little mix in there.
You did good because it is a pretty good mix. Nobody seems to be no particular fandom seems to be winning here.
Right.
You got some Star Wars, you got some cartoons, you got some dude, man. Even Wally's there.
Yeah.
Is that Invincible there? Because I'm seeing on my phone everything's
Yeah.
Wow. Yo, show's so real. It's so good right now. I just watched the.
Oh yeah. I just watched the second episode today.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. But it's always good. That's it's like if you read the comic, it's a great adaptation. Like
It is.
Yeah, I actually haven't read the comic, but I love the show.
You don't have to. This is like the improvement of it, kind of. You don't really have to.
Nice.
The comic has more of the cameos, though. You miss that, because it's a lot easier. It's a whole heck of a lot easier to have Savage Dragon and Spawn show up in a comic than it is on TV. So that's the only thing you're missing. So, but other than that, it's pretty spot on. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, folks, give yourself a nice little treat. Go watch Invincible. I gotta say that first episode reveal at the end of that first episode. Yeah, just for that alone, you should go watch it.
No, that part, just like the book, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I thought it took longer in the book for that to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. Okay.
We're like in issues 40s, the late 40s, I think. Yeah. So then.
Oh yeah, it was a great reveal, folks. It was just amazing. Oh man. So Russ, I think there's something else that you were doing, right? Or did we cover it all?
No, I think that's it. I think that's it. This is the big thing right now. I just, like I said, watching the Blitz.
The Blitz.
The Blitz.
So folks, you guys have got until 7:00 tomorrow to make your announcement of who you think is going to win. Go over to the Instagram. The link is right there in the comments section, so you don't have to go, I don't want to go look for this, Ralph. It's right there.
Yeah, and also in round one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bad joke.
Round one tomorrow, 7:00. It's Link versus Goliath.
So Ralph,
you started off hard.
What? Yeah, no, I know. But Ralph, you asked everyone else who they thought would win. Who do you think is going to win?
Who's your pick? I'm having a lot of trouble. Usually, I'm like, I'll pick one right away. This time, I'm like, I might do what I did last time. Just have my daughter pick one, and then hopefully she wins.
All right.
That's what she did. She what did she want last time? Yeah, she wanted Luigi.
Luigi.
Picked it right from the beginning.
Me and your daughter are rivals.
I feel like usually I go towards Link, but that first round is already a fight and a half.
It is. That's a rough one.
And that Darth Vader is cute as heck. Oh man. So I'm probably either going for a Link or Darth Vader there.
Okay.
It's funny because I think I like the Darth a lot because it reminds me of Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Nice.
I'm a big Spaceball fan, so I'm like, hey, this guy looks like Dark Helmet.
Aren't they working on a sequel? Like
Yeah, they're working on a sequel right now. Spaceball.
Are they really?
Just leave it alone. I don't know. Maybe but
I forgot who they have writing it. Yeah, they have somebody writing it, and he's working with he's working with Mel Brooks. He's working with Mel Brooks. Yeah.
I was like, they gotta have Mel Brooks in there.
Oh yeah, it was the same thing because they did the sequel to History of the World.
Right.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did. I never watched it, but
it was like a show though.
Yeah, it's a show. I think this is going to be a show as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like a while back, they did a Spaceballs cartoon, and it was awful. It was so bad. So
I didn't know they did a cartoon.
Yeah, yeah,
It was bad.
it was so bad.
I think that's why nobody heard about it, was because it was so bad.
And most of the time, I like the cartoons better than the movies. Most of the time,
Yeah, not this time.
like I like the Beetlejuice cartoon better than the movie. I like Batman Animated Series way better than I like Tim Burton's movie, but way better. You know, real Ghostbusters I like more than Ghostbusters. So that's most, but I guess there are exceptions. I guess.
Oh man. Yeah, folks. Yeah. Come on. I gotta say, one of the reasons that I like this whole thing with you, Russ, is it kind of gets you nostalgic, because you're hitting that nostalgia button.
No, I try to, like I said, I try to mix classic characters with current characters too. So,
And you do a good job.
yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you had this up here, so I can actually show off the blip chips.
Oh, yep.
Yep. If you wanted a better look at them, here they are. I got a great look at them because we were at the Indie Art Show, and that's when we actually got the reveal of the Hugbert blip chip.
Do you have it by you, Rob?
I do have it by me. Talk amongst yourselves.
That's what I had to do. That's what I had to do.
But yeah, no, it's a fun little project that I've kind of took up, and I enjoy making them. So.
Cool. Oh, they're great. They're fantastic, folks. And I have to tell you that this thing is, my original character, which is great to see Russ, because Russ already had made a piece for me, which is a fantastic piece. That one's epic. This one's cute. And the great thing about this is this beautiful little noise that it makes, and you spend the whole time making the noise happen, and that's why you guys should get yourself a blip chip, because it's a lot of little clickings. And one is different because each one has like, dude, show that Wolverine one again.
Yeah,
I gotta say, it has to be fun to hold that one.
Oh, this is my favorite one so far. Yeah, because like I just like how you can get your fingers right in there. It's just, yeah, it's fun.
Oh, too fun. I gotta say, folks, go check them out. Yeah, you might win one. Pick the character. Who do you think will win? And of course, you have a bunch of other stuff here. Hold on.
No shortage of stuff.
And if you got a closer look at these guys, because I know the screen is a little. Dude, I gotta say,
that is cute, Darth Vader. That is a cute Darth Vader.
Yeah, looking at Shredder close up, it just makes it harder. Now I'm like, that Darth Vader. Come on, look at that Darth Vader.
The Snoopy one is hard. Oh man.
Oh, there goes Hugbert.
Nice.
I remember like on the forum like a very long time ago, like you were doing we were doing like character versus character battles, and we would all vote and poll. It was like a battle and stuff. And I was voting for Chun-Li all the way, and then all of a sudden it was up for Grimlock. And when it came right down to it, I was like, I gotta vote for Grimlock. That's my child. And the guy who was helping out, he was like, "How could you betray me? You're like the biggest Chun-Li fan." I was like, "What is Grimlock? I don't know."
Me, Grimlock.
And he brought up my own vote. Like, I'm gonna support Chun-Li all the way. Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Yeah, it's Grimlock." I didn't expect that, but it just, it could always happen,
Ron Burgundy looks pretty decent too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Snoopy looks even better close.
Oh, this is the hardest one.
This is gonna be a hard fight. And Wally doesn't look that bad either. Dude, I can see why you picked Flanders, Sheri. Oh my God, look at him. That was our last show when Russ was here, which is what I was working on today when it fell apart. I like doing these little videos for the show. I might still do it because I'm still in the middle of making it, so you might see it, folks.
Cool. That would be awesome if you can.
I'm already making a regular one for you for the Blip Bits.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, I said it right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put all these guys together and put some good music to it, and
Sweet.
No,
I love doing it. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna do Mortal Kombat or if I'm gonna do some other fight song.
the winner helps. We'll see.
Dude, he looks really good up close.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. Blip Blitz, season 1 coming soon. And of course, Russ does other arts, which is why we like him.
I do.
More Blip. Patches and pins. What made you decide to do the stuffies?
What's that?
What made you decide to do the stuffies?
I don't know. I think we saw someone with plushies at a show, and we're like, oh, that would be a good idea for the pop-ins. So kind of gave it a shot. I don't think we're gonna really continue it because it was a bit of a process and they're kind of expensive. But
I thought so.
But we'll see. I mean, because people seem to be intrigued by them. We've sold a couple, so kind of determine this year how well they do.
There we go. I always like the fact that you show your work.
Oh yeah,
right. It's the way to see how it happens.
Yeah, I try.
It's not glow in the dark, friend.
Yes,
folks, this thing glows in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, Russ, love your art style.
Yeah, thank you.
Castle Spray Skull.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't win that, but I tried. I came pretty. I did pretty well.
Well, he got made, so I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I figured if I didn't win and get him made there, I'll get him made. I'll make him myself.
Dude, I love this. You haven't made any of these yet?
No, I haven't printed those.
Dude, this is great.
Oh, thank you.
Damn. Now I'm like, why didn't I see this at the show?
Yeah, no, because these are like so these. I think we might have discussed this. Like, so in order for me to print this successfully, I'd have to do it in like resin. I'd have to hand paint it, and that sucks. To put it bluntly, it sucks. I'm not a fan of painting them. So
I get you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I don't like painting figures either. Like,
Yeah, it's rough.
Just for not stuff I created, but just for like models and stuff. When you have to paint, it's usually like a no, because I've done it. It sucks. Like it sucks.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you paint, the thing like say you paint an eye, well, paint like drips and it falls.
Oh, yep.
No.
It sucks. Like it's just it's a pain in the neck.
Yeah, Russ is always doing something. See, folks. So, Sheri, are you a bigger part of the geekdom? Because I heard you were playing Cyber. So, did you come back to it after they fixed it?
No, I didn't. I moved on to other games. I was like, that's enough. I mean, I had some issues with the story too. So I was like, well, it's not worth replaying if it's going to be the same story. And the gameplay is just a little bit, or maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot improved. But
that's what I heard from my friend. It's a lot improved.
It's just been so long too. And I put off playing a lot of games because I've been writing so much.
Right.
But I started playing Alan Wake 2, and then after I finish that, I need to play. Oh shit! What's it called? Horizon, the second one.
It says a
I'm
lot.
very behind.
Game you need to play. Don't worry about it. It's the same thing here. Like, I used to be a big gamer. Now I touch a game.
Yeah. I have a stack of games. I can't even remember the last time I actually picked up the controller though.
Yeah. So a lot of it is on the smartphone now, you know. So
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
most of my games are on my phone.
Yeah.
It's funny because they got me this beautiful new computer for the show, and then Nat was like, "It's a gaming computer. You know, you can play Dungeons and Dragons on it." And I'm like, "All right." I've never used this thing for anything other than doing the show. And then every once in a while, I'm like, "I could play a game. Come on, let's play a game." It hasn't happened. You know, that's why I like the Switch, because I can take that with me. And I don't even take that one with me. Oh my god. Is there a game you guys want to play that you haven't gotten the chance to play yet?
Many games.
I had a feeling you'd be like, "Yeah, Ralph, that's not like one game. It's like a whole bunch of games."
Yeah. Well, I could give you the list of right now. I mean, there's Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2. There's God of War Part 2. There's what do you call it? That new Star Wars game, the Outlaws. I really want to play that.
I heard good things about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna get back into Cyberpunk because I kind of had the same situation where I started it and I was kind of like, meh, but I do want to go back into that. Yeah, the list goes on. I know there's more. I know there's more.
You know,
I need to play Left 4 Dead. No, what's it called? Last of Us. I always do that. The Last of Us 2 before the next season comes out because I gotta play the game, otherwise it's gonna ruin it.
Oh my god, yeah. They did a good job with the show and really basing it on the game. So
no, it was a really good adaptation. Yeah. That and Fallout. Those are like the two best video game adaptations ever.
Oh my god, yeah.
So good.
That was really good. I wanted to check out Marvel Rivals because I keep hearing everybody all my friends are like, "Come on, Ralph, come on, join the dark side."
well, you have a PC, so
I know I can play it on the PC. Tony's playing it. I don't know. You're not playing Marvel.
No, it's on PS. Well, I'm a console gamer. I don't play on PC. It's on PS5, so I don't know. But it's an Overwatch clone. If you're playing Overwatch, that's what it is. So I'm not a big Overwatch fan, so But that's what it is. It's an Overwatch clone with Marvel on top of it.
Because I know Nat's playing it, Marvel Rivals. Yeah, I think that's what he was talking about, the fact that he was playing it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I like that type of game. I've played them before, and I'm like, eh.
The character designs are amazing.
Oh no, it's amazing. Yeah,
amazing. Yeah. Spider-Man don't have big eyes, but other than that, it just still looks really good. I like Spider-Man with big eyes of the '90s, but he still looks really good. Like the Psylocke and the women look amazing. so yeah.
I gotta say, it's out there, folks. Marvel Rivals, and sooner or later somebody's probably gonna get me into it. And they keep talking to me like it's wow, so you got the tank and you got the healer and you got the. I'm like, how is Marvel Rivals? How do we have tanks and healers and then when you say it's like the other game, Overwatch, I'm like, okay, that makes a little more sense.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, folks, see, we're a bunch of gamers that can't play anymore.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. Like when you're a kid, like you have to wait. You either have to borrow games or wait for Christmas or your birthday to play a video game. That's it. So you get 2 games a year, and anything you can borrow and play. So we have all the time in the world. So people look at this like how did you beat like Ghouls and Ghosts and like Battletoads? Like, there was nothing else to do. Like,
yeah, you can play it.
These people, kids today, were like, this other 2 is so hard. Like, you have to understand, there was nothing else to do other than sit there and play for hours in. And then now you become an adult, you have all the money in the world, you can buy all the games you want, you have no time to play anything.
Isn't that so sad? And you buy all the games, and you just sit there laughing.
Just sit
there. Yeah.
It's like I got the money, I can buy the game, and then the game just sits there.
Okay. I find that the problem is like you see these games that you want that go on sale for like ridiculous prices, so you can't help but just buy them, and then they just sit there.
Yeah. So Sherry, that's a question for you. I'm listening to your story. It sounds like it would make a good game.
I don't know that there's enough action for it.
Dude, there's some games that have that nice little storytelling and action to it. So I can see this as one of those. And those are popular. Where you got the detective and he's trying to figure out the story, and then your part of the game is to find the clues and use the detective to check out the location. And those are way. I'm amazed at how popular those are.
No, yeah, that's true. Like I see my niece playing stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not a real game.
The whole thing is to make sure it has action in the middle of it. Dude, how do we get over here? It was such an easy game before. Oh man, you gotta get the right things. A, S, D, F, G. Oh man, I always have to ask because to me everything kind of relates back to gaming. And I'm always like, hey, wait a minute, this sounds like a good game.
I've had ideas where I'm like, this would make a great game, but then I don't have any like programming experience or I don't know anybody that does that. So it's like, oh well.
And if we're thinking about it as role playing, it sounds like a world where you can actually jump in as a role playing game.
I used to DM, but it's D&D, not like GURPS or any of the other.
Well, D&D is just the beginning. It always leads you into everything.
I got pretty into it, and then I was like, oh, it's either write or work on D&D stuff because I can't do both. It's
well, that's because when you're working on D&D stuff, it's writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're creating.
Like hours of preparation for any given session.
So I had a feeling because when I'm listening to the story, it feels like a setting. It feels like I'm about to jump into this and play.
Yeah, I guess I didn't approach it in that way when I was writing it, but I did a lot of storytelling when I DM'd because I would build my own campaign and story. So it definitely is influencing the writing. So.
Oh, dude, yeah. I tell people all the time, if you want to be a writer, get into D&D. Get into the role-playing games because it's like a step-by-step way to become a writer. It's like you start off, you create your character, you create their story. It's like a writer when it first starts off, you're creating these little characters and their stories. Then as a DM, you play in somebody else's sandbox. So you're working on this fan fiction that has all these elements, and you're understanding the story more and more. Then you become the DM that does the freestyle. And then you're creating that world, but you understand it because you were able to play in that sandbox, and now you can understand how the world needs to be in order for the story to work.
That's very true.
Yeah, I like to say that all the time because when I figured it out, I was like, wait a minute.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah, because there's times where you're trying to explain to people how writing is. And I found that was one of the best ways to explain it. And it only works for people who play Dungeons and Dragons or role playing it. I'm like, all right, I figured it out for a certain aspect of these people. Folks, just write, enjoy your stories, make them happy. Oh man! All right, so Sheri, tell the people one more time where they can find you, all the good stuff. I'll put up your stuff as you say that.
So I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And I have a YouTube channel that's not super writer focused, but that's all Sheri Singerling. And then I have a website, sherisingerling.com. And then Nytho is the links to it are there. And you can find it as an ebook and a paperback.
There you have it, folks. Go check it out. If story sounds intriguing, it is now. It's happening right now, folks. AI, and you want to dive into this right now. A lot of these questions you're bringing up in that book, I've already had running through my head. So, and Russ, tell the people all the good stuff, where they can find you. Go for it.
All right. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Game of Toons. If you want to get involved with the Blip Blitz. See, I can't even say it. That's happening exclusively on Instagram. So just go over. You can get your votes in right now and possibly win a prize.
And once the game starts off, you're going to be doing all this in stories. That's how you vote, right?
Yes, yeah. All the voting is going to happen in my stories,
which is fun, guys, because the story pops up, and then you can see who's winning and how they're winning and how is it happening. Yeah. You get into the nitty gritty of this.
Yeah. That video every time you vote is really cool. It's like
yeah. Oh, I love when you do that. Did you do the?
I actually did not do the videos because it is a lot of work, a lot of extra work for not very much payoff. So I decided to just keep it simple this time. I might bring it back in the future.
Ding, ding.
Yeah. It's not that it's bad putting them together because it's kind of like a temp. At this point, I originally made it, but like trying to like do it at the tight turnaround, then it starts getting a little. I'm like,
because that's almost every day, right?
It's like every day. Yeah.
Well, I do. Yeah, well, I do the first 8 initially before the whole thing goes, but then when I get to the top 8, top 4, like I have to like do it quickly. And do it, going to work, coming home, and then having to do that. I'm like, I'm going to skip it this time.
I don't blame you. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, a little bit. So
that is a whole lot of work, folks. All right. Our partner, Matt Sorcier, couldn't be here today. She's off taking some classes, actually. Of course, her sacrimony will start in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Sacrimony 1 through 8. Of course, she's at the Notified to launch. If you guys want to help out a creator, this is the best time to help them out because it's free to help them out here. You just hit the button and you get notified to launch, and it helps it out because then the more followers they have, when they hit the Kickstarter, the better location they will be in that algorithm, which helps out a lot, folks. I mean, a whole lot. And she's already at where are we at 99 followers, so she just needs one more follower to hit 100, folks. Do you want to be the 100th person? I'm going to take this and put it right into the comments section, and maybe one of you will be the 100th follower. Slowly it goes on to there. There it goes. Go check it out. Amanda does everything herself. She is the writer, the artist, the letterer. Dude, my favorite quote of hers is when she says, "I can't even afford to pay myself," because she does so many jobs.
Yeah, Mara's great.
Oh my gosh, she's fantastic, and her art is beautiful. This does not even here we go, a little better. Yeah. And she just gets better and better each time.
You can see the improvement,
definitely. Yes. And of course, if you guys want to commission Matter for a book cover, comic cover, go right ahead. There she is. She does fantastic work. She'll make it worth your while. And of course, we all know that what I just said about publishing. But these guys here have made it easier for me because we suck at comics. Yes, we do. We do suck at comics. They are publishing my short story in their book with a Shadow Rabbit art piece. So you get a double beautiful premiere there because Shadow usually does the clay, and in here Shadow Rabbit will be doing art. And of course, this is an anthology, so there's a bunch of other stories there. So you get a lot for your buck here, folks. Go and support We Suck at Comics. They're at 4,610, 63 followers, 16 days to go. Come on, they're trying to get to 7,200. Yes. We're right there. We're at the precipice. We're getting so close we can feel it. Come on, folks. And like I said, if you ever wanted a written Ralph piece, this is your chance to get it. Because I don't think I'm publishing. All right, folks. It has been a pleasure having you on the show. It's always a blast. Sheri, anytime you want to come on and talk about your book or talk writing or anything, or talk gaming, maybe talking gaming is better than playing gaming. You're more than welcome to. Russ, We're gonna have you on a bunch of times before this thing ends.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. I think the next thing that's happening is Cosmic Con. That is this weekend, and it will be at in Manhattan, in the Mocha location. Yeah, I can't forget where that is, but if you look at our site, you'll find it. Yeah, Cosmic Con this weekend, and I think that's it. Anything else, Tony?
No, I'm gonna.
That's what I thought. Well, folks, on this show, when it ends, we press this, and this happens. Who will Tony meme against in this?